Welcome back to another episode. Happy Wednesday, guys. Thank you guys for being here. So, we got destroyed today. I don't know if you guys know. I don't think you're alive if you don't know what happened today, guys. Insane insanity, craziness, a lot to talk about. So, in the words of Luch, strap it on because it's gonna get crazy, man. It's gonna get crazy. So, a bunch of predictions, not a bunch, a few predictions. So make sure you get your camcorder, okay? Make sure you get your VHS tape ready because it's gonna get funky, guys. So, like I said, guys, a lot to talk about. So if you got somewhere to be, you're gonna have to cancel it. You're gonna have to cancel it. Oh man. All right, let's see who's in the house. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here. There's 14 of you guys already. Let's start off with 14 likes, please. And thank you. We got Uncarded in the house. How are you, my friend? Well, I'm doing. That was low. Howard Chen is raining down. Star Wars releases like Diddy rain on open mouths, closed wallets. Unbelievable. Unreal. He's not lying, though. He's not lying. We got Ron in the house. Welcome, my friend. How are you?
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Another show. Did Hot Toys drop something? Yeah. Where have you been? You don't know what they dropped, Ron? What's wrong with you? We got Bao.
How you doing?
Bao says, nice day to be a Star Wars. Yeah, I know. Nice day to be broke, too. Oh, my God. What a nightmare. No pun intended. Welcome, Sean. How are you?
Hello.
Hello there. May the clones be with you. Oh, no clones. No clones. Give me anything Star Wars. No clones. Michael, how are you, my friend? Well,
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
guys, real quickly. Huge shout out to Michael. My gift, my birthday gift. He knew I needed my Catwoman, my Dark Knight Trilogy Catwoman. That was the only one I was missing. I was waiting to get her down the line. There was not many upgrades and updates from the original one. I have two original ones, one on a Bat Pod and then one by herself. He went out of his way to do this for me. Look at this. Brand new shipper, too. Man, that is the man right there. Thank you, my friend. Again, thank you. Let's see who else is there. We got Jason in the house.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Woke up to some amazing announcements. Let's go. Absolutely. Now, Jason, what are you most excited about? Let me know because I want to know what it is that you like. Carter says, tardy as usual. Absolutely not. I was 2 minutes late, and I want to tell you why I was 2 minutes late. My Dark Side Anakin video was rendering, so I had to wait the 2 minutes. But, of course, this is for you. Guys, there's 15 of you guys here. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't yet. Let's see. Ernesto in the house. How are you? Welcome.
Hello.
Let's see who else. We got Luch. Oh, actually, Luch. We will acknowledge Luch tonight when he was on stream a few streams ago, maybe 2 streams ago, 3 streams ago. He talked about the sculpted Dark Side Anakin, right? He said it would come out during the May the 4th celebration. It didn't, right? But we're gonna get into it, guys. So he may be out to something. He was just wrong about when it was happening. What up, my 1/6 collectors? I'm boycotting Hot Toys till they give us Sith Annie sculpted. See? we're going to get into that conversation, guys, because like I said, he may be onto something. And what Hot Toys is doing by by releasing this Ahsoka, Darth Vader Sith Apprentice figure, is to maximize profit on Anakin, because they know how important of a character he is, how popular of a character he is. So what I think is going to happen, guys, we are going to get, just like we got Obi-Wan Kenobi Attack of the Clones today, 2 versions at the same time, like they tend to do, right? So that's why I tell you, when they're going to do something, they're going to do it at the same time. Now, remember that the light side Anakin that we just got Artisan was what? Revenge of the Sith. Apprentice was what? Ahsoka. What does that mean? We didn't get a Revenge of the Sith dark side yet. That's when Hot Toys is going to come out with, like I said, a more expressive face, and you're going to be able to get your sculpted, and you're going to be able to get your Revenge of the Sith Anakin. You heard it here first. Guys, there's 23 of you guys here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Oh my God, this guy back from retirement. Where have you been?
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
So don't mind me, I'm just ghost watching in the corner. Hey, I was wondering where you were. Where have you been? Where have you been? He said, oh, I know. Ash, how are you, my friend? Welcome. I'm doing. How are you? Roo!
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
How about some Andor figures?
I don't think so.
No time for them yet. We're going to get stormtroopers. We're going to get this trooper. We're going to get that trooper. We're going to get Krennic. That's it. Talia, how are you? Welcome. Nice to see you. How you doing? Welcome. Just a quick hello. And hit the like button before going back to bed. We'll watch tomorrow. Have a good night, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello and hitting that like button. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. See? Talia comes in, says hello, hits the like button, and goes to bed. You guys stay here the whole time, and it kills you to hit the like button. Unbelievable. Let's see. On card, it says, I'm waiting for... He said, I'm waiting for J&D. Big Rib, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Welcome. Nice to see you. Ash says, no DP figures is stop. Ash, you just got Deadpool, 2 Deadpools, Lady Pool, Kid Pool. Well, not out yet. You got Wolverine, right? 2 Wolverines. Yeah, 2 Wolverines. Not out yet, but they're for pre-order. Right? Then you got Nice Pool. Battling version, standard Ash. What do you want? What more do you want? Unbelievable. You got everything. Moose. Welcome, my friend. Hello, community of collectors saving about You know what's crazy? You know it's bad, okay? You know it's bad when you have to boast on the fact that we're not buying certain figures because of the amount of them, of the amount of figures that we're getting thrown at us at all times. It is insane. Can you imagine? It's like, oh, thank God I don't have to buy nothing today. It is hysterical. We all do it. I do it. Like, for example, when those bugs came out, the ones I just recently got. Also, shout out to Jose. He gave me the second one. And so, when I saw that come out, I was like, oof. I was like, oh, I don't have to buy nothing now. But I have them. You know what I mean? I still got them. But it's just, it is very funny. It is very funny because we're all struggling. We're all struggling. Oh my God, to try to figure out how to pay for these things. It is crazy. And I don't mean everybody, it's just, it is crazy. How about the new Superman trailer? Guys, so Rudy, you guys know Rudy's old Marvel, right? So Rudy right now is slowly but surely demonizing DC's new Superman because he likes Wolverine instead. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's see. I'm with you. Yeah, because you just quit Star Wars last week, you bum. Unbelievable. No respect. Chris, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Let's see who else is in here. Harold, my friend, welcome. How are you doing? Fabs, it's a good day to be. See, you go from this. Wait. Look at the contrast, guys. Look at the contrast. So you got Harold's like hell yeah, and then you got Ash being like hell no. Oh my God! See, this is what makes the community great. We all collect hot toys, yet we don't all collect the same stuff. It is great. It is great. That one company brings us all together. Let's see. The Sith Apprentice Darth Vader Artisan is just a variant like the Imposter Joker, Episode 3, Anakin. Absolutely. And I told you that, so stop trying to steal my ideas. The Alchemist, how are you, my friend? What are you doing? Lord of Peasants. That is correct. Let's this guy. Unbelievable. No respect. There's more they could give us from deep. No, absolutely, but there will always be more Star Wars because remember, what is Howard a fan of more? That's it. It's that simple. That's why Star Wars will always win regarding the amount of figures, the amount of announcements, the amount of, overall product. That's his thing. That's his world. So if you're a fan, you're always going to be buying something from Hot Toys because Star Wars is crazy with them. Leo, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Laura and Blade to Wolverine. Right. Oh, correct. You got Gambit. You got X-23. You got Blade. Yeah, no, you got Elektra. That's right. Thank you, Ron. You got a lot, Ash. A lot. We got 20 likes, 26 watching. Guys, hit that like button, please. Thank you, Chris. Let me know when we're up to 27. There's 27 watching right now. Good thing we haven't started so we could get started on the good note. Guys, there's 28. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here. My clone army is rising. How does the battle go on your front? Carlo, my friend, welcome. How are you?
Charlie, my friend, Charlie Brigante, how you doing?
Welcome. Says what's rocking us Superman trailer dread. Yeah, no, it's not. It's good. I'm telling you, it's got. Like I said to the guys, it's gonna be Black Adam, but a little bit better. The Grand Army of the Republic is getting stronger than ever. Big Dog, how are you, my friend?
Hello!
Welcome. I need Alien Warriors from Aliens, Colonial Marines, Sarah Connor. Who doesn't look like a... Well, I can tell you this. We will most likely never get another Sarah Connors ever again. We will most likely never get the Colonial Marines ever again. We haven't. It's been forever since they made them. There hasn't been a reissue. There hasn't been an updated version. There hasn't been a 2.0. There hasn't been a 1.5. So I can tell you most likely you'll never see those again. What you can do is go backwards and get them. Do they look great? I don't think so. Those bodies can be great. Those outfits are not tailored properly. They're kind of loose. They're kind of funky looking. But again, if you're a fan, that's all you got. What are you going to do? Don't buy them or get them. But new ones, most likely never. Guys, there's 31 of you guys here. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here as well. Let's see. Fabs, I'm happy when people don't collect what it means more for me. It means more for me. Wait, Harold, are you getting the Obi-Wan, the Artisan Obi-Wan? Let me know who's getting the Artisan, because I want to gauge what the queue is going to be like on Sideshow, because it's coming. Also, guys, if you don't know, Friday 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern, actually no, it's standard now, I think, or daylight savings time. 1 p.m. the RSVP for Anakin, whether it's your obviously Artisan, but you're going to be able to choose Artisan or Sculpted at the same time. So if you're interested in the figure, please go do yourself a favor, go as RSVP, because it's up there already. Big Dog says, I've been calling for Darth Vader on the table for a long time. Another thing that I'm glad you brought this up, Big Dog, because one thing I kept telling you guys was Back to Tank version's coming, right? Clearly this is not it, but I had a feeling that they've been wanting to. They had to make something that big of a diorama for Darth Vader at some point. What I think is going to happen next is the throne, right? Remember, there's two types. There's the pod that he gets into, right, that opens up like this, and then there's actually the chair, right, that throne chair. I think it's only a matter of time until those two are made. If you guys pay attention, and I told the guys this in the group, in the members chat today, if you pay attention to what they've been doing with Anakin, they've been showing you the progression of how he became from Anakin to Darth Vader literally within the past month or so, 2 months maybe, right? So you have light side Anakin. Now you got the Darth Vader apprentice. Then you have now this one on the table. So just those three show you the progression of light side to Darth Vader, right? Finishing on the table. Remember, they did another battle damage one that had nothing to do with anything, and they just named it, Star Wars. So what is next after Darth Vader being made? Right? The table version that they just put out today. Him on a throne. Whether it's, again, that pod or the throne is next. It's just that simple. They're going to make that throne. It's an easy money maker for them to make a piece of plastic, just like they did the Boba Fett throne. Remember that Boba Fett throne? Obviously, it's going to be different. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be, but it's easy stuff for them to make. It's not a lot of work. It's molds. How many likes, guys? Please let me know. Chris, how are you, my friend? Welcome. I might not like it, but happy for the people who do. Of course. Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not saying that you guys hate each other or anything. It's just funny. It's just funny how people are like, I hate it. Oh man. Every day I think in ever bringing the community. This guy. Oh my God.
Don't ever disrespect me.
Unbelievable. Stop lying. Stop lying on my stream. Oh my God. Let's see who else. Howard takes money out of my wallet more than my wife does. Yo, it's crazy, right? It is insane that we got to be on top of toys. Grown men on top of toys all day long, all day, every day. It is crazy. Let me tell you something. Who told me today that they were up? Oh, Bob. Shout out to Bob. He told me this morning. I woke up to Bob's message about all the announcements for today that are all waitlisted also, which we're going to get into, which is insane. I was like, Bob, thank you, because I would have been very upset if I would have missed out on any of it. Let's see. I just signed up for Artisan Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I don't care for this, the movie or the sculpt. But I don't care for this. What do you mean you don't care for this? For this what? Which one? You don't care for this. This what? Bradley, you garlic nut. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's 34 of you guys in here already. Overcooked Vader. Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm going to try for Artisan Obi-Wan, and the people aren't buying themselves better. Out of my way. Yo, you know what's going to happen? Again, you're going to have the YouTubers going in. Should I get it? Let me get in line. Let me stay in the queue. Oh, I could get it, but I just decided to let somebody else have it. Disgusting. Disgusting. 26 likes and 33 watching. We got 40 watching, actually. Guys, please hit that like button if you haven't yet. We will wait for you to catch up with the likes before we get started. Thank you guys for being here as well. Vader on the table looks so cool. Absolutely. He looks gorgeous. I'm holding out for Slave Leia with Artisan. Artisan. This guy. Fabs, the table is for changing Superman's diaper. No respect. No respect. Unbelievable. No respect. 27 and 33. No, we got 40 now. We got 40. Guys, hit that like button, please. Hit that like button, please. Please, 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 please hit that like button so we can get started. We got Chooch. How are you, my friend?
Hello.
Christian in the house. I will only message. Joe, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello.
Nice to see you coming back from retirement. Guys, hit that like button, please. There's 39 of you guys hitting here. Please hit that like button so we can get started. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. All righty. Let's see. How many likes are we at? How many likes are we at, guys? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Savon, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up?
I will be getting Artisan Obi-Wan. I have all the Artisan except the Darker Prince Anakin. I'm not thinking about much. That's gonna yep. So are you comfortable? So the reason I'm going to ask you this question now is because, as you can see, you said I have to all the Artisans so far. So I'm assuming you're looking to get them all. How is that going to affect your mental health? If that's even a thing for you, right? Like if you're a completionist, right? It looks like you're trying to be with the Artisan line. Not having that one figure, how do you think that's going to affect you mentally with your collection? Because I know it has to. That's what I'm asking. Because right now I have one figure that I want in my collection that I haven't been able to get. And I was talking to Thule about it today because he asked me about it. One figure I haven't been able to get. It's not worth it, what it's going for right now at all. It is a plastic figure. The head sculpt is complete garbage, but the meaning of the figure is what I need in my collection. It's been killing me from the moment I saw it and I couldn't afford it. And it's still very expensive for what it is. I haven't got it. I think about it every day. That's why I know. That's why I'm asking you, because I know it affects people, and it definitely affects me when I don't have something that I want in my collection. 31 likes. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's hit that like button. We got 38 in here. So we can get started. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, please. I'm going for Artisan Kenobi, but no matter what, I am ordering 2 sculpted. Ooh, I plan on making a balcony in AOTC collection. Kenobi will be in the balcony watching. Oh my God, this guy's got a whole plan already. That's a good idea, though, to get 2 of those. You can't go wrong with Obi-Wans. Remember what happened to the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan, which is, guys, that was another one. Thank you for this, Sean. Another prediction. If you pay attention, again, and we're going to get into this, but now that he brought this up before I forget, they just re-announced Commander Cody. Commander Cody. Again, I'm waiting for the like so we can get started. I'm not going to start right now, but we're going to get into this. Let me know how many likes. There's 37 watching right now. We should be at least at 37. The roaches are leaving. Thank God. Roaches, if you're not going to hit the like button, please leave. Roaches, please leave. Roaches.
Girl, you supposed to be 1,000 feet away from my house. What you doing over here?
Please stay away. If you're not going to hit the like button, please, please, please. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Fab's already going. Let's see. Faz, it Iron Man. Yes, it is Ash. How do you know? How do you know everything? I think the sculpted OB looks really good. It does. It does really look really good. But we're going to get into something that may turn you guys off a little bit. It will drive me a little crazy not having it, but I'm willing to wait for a good price. I have a place in my head that I'm not willing to go over. There you go. So that's what I mean. That's what I'm asking, because I know it's a thing, right? It definitely, if it affects me, I can tell you it affects other people. Again, being a completionist is what makes it harder as a collector when you don't have a certain figure, at least to me, and I'm assuming obviously to you too. Right, so that's why it's like, yo, like I go crazy trying to get these figures. So when this Catwoman showed up, I would have, we had this, Mike and I had this conversation about how I needed the figure, but I would have never expected him to send it. So getting this in, I was like, oh my, like he has no idea, like what, like the meaning of this figure in my collection. Like he has no clue. That's why it's that much more meaningful. Next Friday. The movie. Which one is it, Fab? I can make you a deal. 31, 38. What do you mean? Which one is it? I can make you a deal. 31, 38. What do you mean 31, 30? Oh, we got 31 likes? Come on, guys. Hit that like button so we can get started. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Looks like we're having trouble tonight, guys. We're having troubles. We're having troubles. It looks like the Hive opened up after last night. Looks like the Hive opened up. Looks like the Hive opened up. 32. Good. We need 6 more, guys. Let's go. Let's go. We got 30. Oh, one left. We got 37 watching. Let's go. We need 5 more. They're dropping. The roaches are scattering with the raid. The raid is the like button. If they don't want to hit the like button, that's their raid. Another one left. Let's go. It should be at 36. It should be at 36. 36 likes already. Let's go. I'm large. I'm large. Oh my God. Let's go, guys. We got 34. 4 more. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Come on. 4 more. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, guys. 4 more. 4 more likes. 4 more years. 35 and 38. Let's go. 3 more, guys. Let's go. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, for hitting the like button, too. The ones who are hitting the like button, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Those who are not,
Get away from me!
let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. How many? We got 38 watching. Let's go. How many likes? Oh, 35. Let's go. 35. Let's go. 35. I'm here for the Switch too. I'm here for the Switch too. Oh my God. Let's go. The new Obi-Wan head sculpt looks reused. It looks like a blend of an older one, but it's not. I can tell you. I can tell you it's not. 37 likes and 38 watching. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, we can get started, guys. So let's go. Finally, my goodness. It's like pulling teeth with these people. Unbelievable. So we got a release of the Captain America figure. As you can see, that was very quickly. I feel like it was just out for pre-order a couple months ago. it's pretty much everything reused, right? Repainted. This is the sleeve that goes on top, right? It was white for the original one. It is blue for this one. That's why it was an easy thing to do. The wings, exactly the same wings as the original white one from the show, right? The shield could be slightly different, but that doesn't cost them anything to make a mold out of it and then to, just make it for us. So that's why it was a quick figure to make. It is, it is not very exciting, right? There's nothing super, super crazy about it. As you can see, even the suit looks kind of cheap. Look at that. The paint, look how dull it looks. It doesn't look like the texture on it doesn't look sharp. It looks like it just kind of like painted over it. See how here the texture looks different? It looks like they painted it differently. They covered like the bumps on the chest. So I don't know. It could look different in hand. Like I always tell you guys, like don't go crazy over the blogger pictures. They tend to, especially lately for whatever reason, they haven't been looking the greatest. Like, look, this head sculpt here. Look how funky that looks. Remember, he's got the rolling eyes now. The first one doesn't have the rolling eyes. So this is going to be a slightly bigger figure. It should be at least in the head sculpt, right? Because the body's kind of puffy already. It's kind of, but look how cheap, man. Look how cheap this looks. I don't know. I need it anyway. But again, there's no rush for this. I don't think they're going to sell out. Maybe they made a low number, a low run. Who knows, right? I'm going to wait for this to get it cheaper. I am not in a rush. Again, I'm not going to use these wings anyway. So what is the rush? I am good. But again, if I get it for cheap really quickly, you better believe it. And I would love to display it with this helmet since it's the one different thing, right? The head sculpt is good, but I really like that helmet. So we'll see. We'll see how I decide to display it. Because remember, they took away the cowl. Remember that thing he had that the goggles went over? They took that off. He said he didn't like it. He actually told the people of the movie, they said, I don't want that. It makes me hot, it makes me sweaty. And so that's why he's not wearing it for the second movie or for the movie. Because remember, the first thing was a show. So I don't know. See how badass this looks? I like this. I like this a lot. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Look at that. So this is how I would want it. But again, that would mean that I'm wasting the head sculpt. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But obviously, this is coming home. And look, again, how soft it looks. Again, it could be only from the blogger pictures. But so it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Just says 3-0 Florida Panthers being hurt to Maple Leafs. Let's go. Chris is 8. This got released fat probably due to the way movie. Well, yes, but also the fact that it's literally a repainted figure, right? This is all just repainted. Instead of white, it's blue. If you have the original Captain America Falcon figure from the show, and you're getting this one, compare them, you're going to see there are going to be minor differences, but it's not going to be by much, Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Hit that like button. So now, guys, for our next release, we got the Fractal Mark III Iron Man. As you can see, right, nothing new. We got all these pictures before. These are the blogger pictures, though. One thing I want you guys to pay attention real quickly before I get to a specific photo. Look at the color here. Look how it looks kind of like pinkish. Look how it's kind of like a faded red, right? Even a hint of pink, right? And purples and all these different colors, right? Pay attention to every picture. See? Now you see a little bit more reddish. You still got your pink, but you still see more reddish, right? All red. More pink here, but as you can see, all red. Again, more pink, more different tones and different like shades of these purples and pinks, right? Now watch this. See, again, all those colors, right? But then, See how it's like a pink purplish? See, again, pink purplish. See, again, pink purplish. Now here you notice how it gets more red. See how it's more red up here, more red up here, more red up here. See, now you're going back to a little bit more pink, less red. So the point is, guys, see, you notice this, all the pink? The point is that what is causing that look on the figure is not the figure. It's whatever light you put on it. Okay, and I'm going to show you why. Because look, you can even see like chameleon colors. Like, it looks like it's a bunch of different shades of like greenish now. So I want to show you guys something. So as you can see, right now, let me show you guys something real quickly, because this is very important. I want you guys to pay attention to this 1 second, because you guys have to see what I'm talking about. Where is it? Here we go. There we go. So this is my point. So as you can see, look at this. See these colors here? The pinkish and the purplish and the this and the that. Now what is this here? See what I mean? This is your standard red Mark III figure right in front of you. So why does it look like this if it's all red like this? That's what I was trying to get at. So see, again, all red here. You get the pinkish here, again, from the reflection, but it's all red. All red. Again, all red, all red, all red. And then all pink. So I thought that the figure was this color the whole time. I'm like, oh, wow, that's cool. That's different. You know, and obviously the shape of the panels and the molds is different. But then you see that and you're like, wait a minute. So it's going to come down to, at least from what it looks like, I'm showing you guys what I'm seeing. It looks like it's going to reflect whatever type of light you put on it. And that's what's going to create all those funky looking colors. So it's not that it's going to turn your standard light into a pinkish looking. Absolutely not. It depends on whatever color of light you use on it is what's going to create that look to it. Fractal armament. Yep. Absolutely. I think it's gorgeous. Diamond shell. That thing is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Fab looks very, this guy, unbelievable, unbelievable. But this is obviously for you.
Thank you.
No, thank
Oh man. So like I said, guys, don't be disappointed, and which is why I'm pointing it out, because I would have been disappointed. I would be like, what the hell did I just buy? Why did I see pictures of this looking purple and looking this and looking that when this is straight red? So again, just heads up, because you could be very disappointed if you're expecting something like this, something like this. Look how beautiful that looks. So that's what I'm saying. If you expect this and you get this, again, don't be surprised. You've been told, you know. So here it is. So again, it looks like it's like birthday paper. You know what I mean? Like that shiny birthday paper. It's not wrapping paper. It's like that weird film that they use for like birthday stuff. It looks like it's wrapped that way. It looks gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So it'll be shipping soon from Sideshow if you order from Sideshow. So, you know, it is what it is. Brad says Fab is what? No, because again, guys, you could sit here and be like, yo, you know, why does this look like this? And then why did I get a red one? And then you could say, you know, oh, you got the wrong product, blah, blah, blah. So I'm pointing it out. I'm pointing it out so you guys don't complain and don't try to blame Hot Toys about your own mistake, you know? Also, guys, next we got this beauty. We got the Airborne 212th Attack Butlalion, if you guys remember that one. Butlalion. So this one went up this morning on Sideshow, and it's waitlisted right now. This is one of the figures that was previewed and teased by Hot Toys, feels like years ago, and it's finally here. The shocking thing for me is to have us wait years for this figure and then release it as a limited run. Kind of weird. Do I expect another one? You better believe it. As you can see, right, how battle damaged this is, how scuffed up this is, how dirty it is. You better believe there will be a cleaner one. Okay, there always has been a regular one and then a dirty one. This is your dirty one. You're gonna have. Remember, you also got the Purge Commander, right? So don't sleep on the repaint of it not being so dirty, because it is coming at some point. As you can see, he's got Commander Cody there. We're gonna get into Commander Cody. So again, another exciting, release for those hardcore fans of these troopers. I love the helmet. I love the helmet because it's a different helmet. It's a different style of helmet. It's not your standard stormtrooper. It's not your standard clone trooper. It's not your standard pilot. So I love the way it looks. It is more menacing to me than any other than the stormtrooper at that. So I actually like this design a lot. I don't know anything about the character, but I love the way it looks. So again, this is gone. Let me show you guys so you guys see what the problem is. So we have, see, they don't even show them up front anymore. Let's see, 212. There we go. Waitlist open already. And as you can see, Cody as well. So they made 3,000 of this guy, right? And like I said, gone within hours, if not minutes, because I don't know. I ordered mine and then I heard it sold out. So I'm going to assume hours went by before it was gone. So that's one already, guys. All right. That's one already. We're going to get into the next one, which is perfect Commander Cody, right? So for those who don't have the figure, right, the figure that just came out, which was the silver chrome Commander Cody with the phase 1, phase 2 helmets, right? Remember that the original Cody only came with one helmet. This Cody, as you can see, this is the phase 1, right? This is the phase 1. And this is the phase 2. The original Cody came out with the phase 2 only. Okay. Now they're adding the phase 1. Why? Because we just got the chrome Cody repaint with both helmets. And what did I do? I got a Cody head sculpt for it to make him look more legit. And I'm going to have a third head sculpt of Cody. Number 2. A conversation I was having with Thule and some of the guys in the members chat about, would this be considered a 2.0? Okay. It is not. You can call it a 2.0 all you want. It is not. Why is it not? It is an updated paint application. As you can see, if you don't have, or if you have the original one, the orange is faded on it, like very faded. It is a very light touch of orange. Everywhere you see orange, it is a lot lighter than this, a lot more faded than this. So this is more solid. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, as you can see again, we didn't get a phase 1 helmet with the original one. So this is new. It's still not a 2.0. I'm going to tell you why. Anything regarding a 2.0 so far, right? So far has been what? The size of the figure, USB ports, rolling eyeballs. 3 things that determine a 2.0. Okay? Or at least the 3 things that change from a 1.0 to a 2.0. Right? Why is this not a 2.0? Well, there's no USB upgrade. Not that it's necessary, obviously. So there's no need for one to be. right? There's no need for them to make one because the figure doesn't light up. So that's out of the question. Number 2, the size of the figure. They don't need to make Commander Cody bigger by any means whatsoever. He doesn't need to be bulkier. He doesn't need to be beefier. He doesn't need to be taller. So that's out of the question. Okay. What's the third one? So again, no USB, no bigger size. Again, no need for Cody. Third one is what? Rolling eyeballs. Does he have rolling eyeballs?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
So you guys would know immediately that this figure has rolling eyes because it would have been all over your face that the figure has rolling eyes. It doesn't have rolling eyes. As you can see, it is the exact same head sculpt that we already got from the original Cody. Same exact thing, just again, repainted. Nothing different, nothing new, nothing special, no rolling eyes, as you can see. So this is why it is not a 2.0. Again, you could call it whatever you want. You could call it whatever you want, right? But it is, and the fact that Hot Toys doesn't call it a 2.0 tells you that there's no reason to even think about a 2.0, right? Again, there are updates. There are things that are different. Absolutely. But it is still not considered a 2.0. Look, there's no rolling eyes, as you can see. If there had been rolling eyes, it would have had to be a bigger head sculpt. Therefore, it would have had to be a beefier figure to keep the whole figure proportionate because it would have looked funky with a bigger head sculpt because of the eyes and then the same, tiny body. It would have never worked. So that's why they do what they do, and that's what they did what they did. So another thing that I want to get into regarding the next item, okay, which we're going to start with this. We're going to start with Obi-Wan, all right? So we still got to go over the chopper and the BD one. But I want to go over this first because I feel like this is more important than that repaint that we just got. So as you can see, this is the artisan version, right? So one thing I want to show you guys very, very quickly is some shots of some comparison. Shout out to Bobo for the hookup. So this is obviously the movie, right? This is the movie pictures. These two here. This is the artisan, and this is the sculpted, right? Some people are saying that I saw a post. Somebody said that it looks like they're two different head sculpts. That they both look different. That the sculptor looks different than the artisan. I can tell you, whoever said that is 1,000%. Because Hot Toys, you guys know that Hot Toys is not going to do a completely different head sculpt for the same exact figure and put them up for sale at the same time. Never happened, never will happen. Until the day happens, then we can start talking about it. So there's nothing different about these two because it's the same exact thing. That's number one, right? Number two, the hair, as you can see, obviously lighting. His hair is a lot lighter with, again, he's got the sun on it. So it looks blonde, right? At least dirty blonde. So here, as you can see, the lighting is not the same. So you're going to have darker brown, right? As you can see, same thing here, right? You can complain about it all you want, but it's just what it is, right? The hair here, as you can see, they're not changing how it looks like they did Anakin, the light side Anakin. Remember that hair looked very, very light. As you can see here, this one, you can see that it's dark-ish at least. It looks still light, like a light brown, but it's still dark-ish, not as light as the original light side Anakin, hair that they used. So why is this very, very important? Why is this very, very, very meaningful? I'm going to tell you guys why. So here are the effects that they use for the Anakin from Ahsoka, right? The one with the stab, that look. He came with these effects too. Very nice effects. I'm glad they're using them again. But the one thing, and this is going into the predictions, like I told you guys that we're going to get into. So the reason why this is important is because of this. The fact that they made Cody, again, literally a repainted Cody, a very, very mildly updated Cody, for what line? Revenge of the Sith. Okay? This is for Attack of the Clones. Okay? So this is episode 2. Right? They're redoing Cody again. Who is looking for Cody? Who is asking for Cody? Why do we need another Cody right now? Number one, to take whatever value the old one had, if any. I'm assuming it had some for them to redo it now. Right? Number two, that money. Think about it. What do you guys think could happen, or not could happen, will happen, because it's going to happen? What can you possibly guys think could happen after the Cody announcement regarding Revenge of the Sith? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If they're redoing Cody because they see that the line is back from the light side Anakin, right? Because obviously the dark side has nothing to do with Revenge of the Sith. We're going to get one for that line, which is, again, not how they're going to keep the hype up for the line. So what's going to happen is this. We're going to get another Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith, artisan version. We're not going to get a sculptor version because there's no need. Okay? There's absolutely no need. They're not looking to remake the figure sculpted again. They're just not. I can tell you that right now. So what they're going to do is they're going to make it artisan, the Obi-Wan, and then we're going to get Anakin, Dark Side Anakin from the Revenge of the Sith movie. And you heard it here first. That is the only way they're going to work it. That is the only way that it could work. And that's why they left that open and they used Ahsoka's line instead and not Revenge of the Sith, because they knew that they weren't going to be done with that yet. I think what's going to happen is after the Dark Side Anakin for Revenge of the Sith, I think it's done. I think that's when they're going to be done with that line. You know, at least for until whatever anniversary or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I think that'll be it. Unless, you know, they decide to make some. But I think the last one is going to be Dark Side Anakin. And then you're going to have your sculpted version like you have Obi-Wan now. Because, again, remember, when they're going to give you the option to do so, it's at the same time. That's when we know we're going to get a sculpted, because of the option that they give us when the artisan is available. If they give us an artisan by itself, how can we expect a sculpted version when that hasn't happened that way? That's why I could tell you it wasn't going to happen. That's why I told Luch, it's not going to happen. It doesn't work like that. But how it's going to happen is like I just mentioned. It's going to be Revenge of the Sith, Dark Side Anakin, and then you're going to have your sculpted version, because it's just how they're going to get everybody else. Because remember, they're making that money. They're making that money. They're making the money with both artisan Anakins. There's a third one coming. You think they're going to stop at 2 just because, oh, well, we're done. We can't do anymore. Never. Never going to happen. They're going to milk out. Again, they know the value of it. Why wouldn't, if we got 2 already, light side and dark side sculpted for Revenge of the Sith, why wouldn't we get a second one artisan? It's a no-brainer. And that's how people are going to be, oh, finally I could get my Anakin at a good price. Because everybody wants the dark side. Everybody loves the dark side. Now, on the other hand, they made a light side artisan only for Revenge of the Sith. Why? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Unless, I can tell you this, again, the only thing I could imagine is either Hot Toys is not going to give us, like I mentioned, on another stream, that it would be ideal, I wouldn't mind it at least, if Hot Toys decided to give us eyeballs. For example, they come out with a sculpted Darkseid Anakin. Obviously, we know Darkseid is only red eyes. But let's say, since they didn't give us a light side sculpted, they go, hey, guys, we're going to give you the eyeballs of the light side. So you're going to have the red eyes, the mole eyes, and you're going to have the blue eyes for Anakin. Again, that would be ideal. It would never happen. Why? Even though it would be the cheapest way to make that happen, they don't want people messing with the eyeballs. They don't want people having to pop out eyeballs, damaging the figure, and then there's another problem for them. So that's why they would never do that. The only thing they can do is give us what? 2 sculpted, haired head sculpts. 1 light side and 1 dark side. That can happen all day, every day. So that's how most likely they will get away with, the sculpted version. They have to give us a light side because people that wanted one, if you didn't get it on Sideshow, you had to pay over $1,000, and I can guarantee you not a lot of people paid over $1,000 for it. So people are waiting and hoping for whether it's a light side or a dark side. And the only way that they would kill it money-wise, because people are going to go, I'm buying 2. You get 2 head sculpts, I am buying 2. Why wouldn't you? Sculpted version? What? That's money in the bank all day long. I would be shocked if they didn't do that. I would be shocked because it's easy money. Who in here didn't get a light side Anakin and would buy 2 sculpted Anakins if Hot Toys did it the way I just said? 2 head sculpts, 1 body. Who would buy 2 of them to get each look? Let me know. Because I know some of you guys will. I know Nathan definitely would. Leo says, I passed on Cody, pre-order Airborne Trooper. Oh, you passed on Cody. Why did you pass on Cody? What is it about Cody that you didn't like over the Trooper? Because I would think the head sculpt, no? I would think you would want the head sculpt of the figure rather than a helmeted, figure. Again, that's just how I would think. But let me know, Leo. Let me see. 40 likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for hitting that like button. I appreciate it. Found our people, guys. We found our people. Hot Toes hearing out Pez's insert. I don't think so. No, I'm telling you guys. So, again, the figure, beautiful. As you can see, one thing I noticed right away, guys, was this. As soon as I saw him hanging from this thing, I said, wait a minute. I said, this thing has no joints. I said, what's going on? They added, guys, seamless arm attachments to pull out this look if you want, to pull off that look if you want. And it actually looks really nice. I would never, obviously, pose it that way. Maybe for the pictures, look at that. Beautiful. That's awesome. But again, let me get into the accessories. So here you got the lightsaber, right? The your standard stuff. Then you got the effects here, right? You got a sticker for the base, as you can see. And here are the arm attachments, the seamless arm attachments. So for you to literally just hanging from that droid, the flying droid thing. So this we got already with actually his original Obi-Wan Kenobi figure from Revenge of the Sith. We got this his little transmitter telephone thing. So that's nothing new. Maybe painted differently, but that's about it. And so let's get into the actual head sculpt. So some people are saying that it looks reused. You could kind of see why, but I can tell you this is not reused by any means. This does not look like, number one, like the Obi-Wan Kenobi show head sculpt at all. Not even a little bit. And number two, it does not look like the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan Kenobi head sculpt at all either, right? And it doesn't look it because the hair doesn't allow you to see that same look. And if you want to say, well, it's one of the, the Mandalorian Obi-Wan or the General Kenobi. It's not either of those either. So this is 100% new. They knew it had to be new. Why did it have to be new? He looked very different from episode 2 to episode 3. So they couldn't just pull off a reuse of a head sculpt like that. Absolutely not. It wouldn't have worked. It doesn't work. So that's why that's when I could tell you guys that they had to do something, or when they have to do new head sculpts, because you can't just reuse anything. And another thing that I wanted to get into, Aaron, my friend, welcome. How are you? Nice to see you. Welcome. Thank you for being here. What's up, Fab? Appreciate your content as always, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you being here, my friend. So I'm fine with. Oh, you got one. I got you. Okay, so it makes sense. So if you got one, it's not necessary, and I can tell you, it is really not necessary unless you want the updated paint application. You don't really need another one, because again, there's no rolling eyes. There's nothing different that you're missing out on. Actually, the only thing you're missing out on is the Phase 1 helmet. That's it. And if you don't care for that, then you don't care for that. And if it's even a big deal for you, you could eventually get it, on eBay or something like that. If it's something that you really care for, which you're most likely going to be able to find, no problem. So that's what I mean. They have to create a new head sculpt for this figure. It was a must. You can't mess around with these figures because, again, people will complain immediately. So very basic, as you can see. It is all about the meaning of the figure. It is all about what the figure stands for, right? The movie, right? What he looks like, but nothing fancy, nothing out of this world, nothing, this is like the coolest things about it. Just the fact that he looks awesome doing this, but besides that, it's your standard, Jedi with nothing fancy about it whatsoever. Very, very basic figure, but we're buying it because of the artisan aspect of it, So this is going to be $400. Also, if you guys are looking for one, Jeremy Casa has his +1 going already in his group. So if you're interested, go get one. I will most likely get mine from him because I'm not playing this game with Sideshow, even though I will be in the queue on Friday at 1 p.m. Trying to get one as well, but I have to lock one in. So if I get 2, it is what it is. I'm not gonna cry about getting 2. I have 2 Darth Vader Sith Apprentice figures, one from China, one from Hong Kong. So I'm not complaining about having 2 of them. And it looks like what I'm going to be doing eventually, guys, is I'm going to get an entire, because I already have an imposter, artisan imposter. I have obviously the Sith Apprentice, right, the second one. And if I keep getting more, seconds of artisans, I'm going to do a raffle of only artisan figures. Obviously, I still got to get a few more, but that's going to be my goal, if I decide to do it. If I don't open the second Sith Apprentice, which I don't see why I would. But I don't, again, this is just speculation if I decide to do that, because I don't think that I could ever get rid of my second Sith Anakin. So that's what I'm just throwing it out there. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but I don't know if I could part ways with my second. You know what I mean? But I have, like I said, I have a imposter, Joker, artisan. If I get a second one of this, it'll be another one of this. So that's the only reason why I'm saying that. But again, nothing written on stone yet. The doc thinks you're basic. The doc thinks you're basic. What doc? My hair is long, just like Obi-Wan. This guy. Says, have you bought anything from? I have gotten figure. I've gotten actually 2 of his auctions. I got 2 of his auctions, and ships very quickly. The packaging, how he packages it, incredible. No complaints whatsoever. Fabs, do you think Jeremy Cousin will take care of you? Absolutely. If you're in the group, go in the group. What do you call it? And he just do a +1 on the post. Japan Vader just dropped on site. What? No. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Impossible. Impossible. Bob, are you lying? Bob, what's going on here? Bob, are you lying? Bobo, what's happening? Are you April fooling us right now? Looks like we've been played by Bobo. Yeah. April Fools. April Fools. The Hasbro dueling effect. You know what you did exactly. You know exactly what you did. You know exactly what you did, Bob. That was all planned. That was all planned. That was all planned. You know. See? See? You know exactly what you did. You know exactly. This is what you're talking about? This Mondo? Unbelievable. Say pre-order, guys. It's available. 2,000. Unbelievable. Guys, this is what happens. This is what happens. So, like I said, guys, they the figure as a whole, not much to it. But this is, again, the prediction. So, again, going back to the Anakin. So now, if they did the Anakin, dark side, right, from the Revenge of the Sith, now they're doing episode 2, Obi-Wan. Remember this conversation. They're going to do a Dooku. And they're going to do a Qui-Gon again. Okay? Obviously, Qui-Gon is Phantom Menace. That figure is coming artisan at some point. Okay? And I mean like soonish. Okay? Number 2, Dooku. If they do Qui-Gon as an artisan figure, he's getting the rolling eyeball. So it's going to be a completely different figure. If they do Dooku artisan, which I think is coming, okay? I think it's coming. Remember, Dooku is episode 2 for this figure. Why wouldn't they make Dooku artisan? You better believe it, they're making him artisan. It's a very simple figure to make artisan. Literally slick the hair back. That's it. Very easy figure to make an artisan. So, again, they make it artisan. There's your rolling eyes. Do I think they're going to make it again sculpted? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's why it's surprising that they even bother with Cody and not giving him the rolling eyes. Why are they doing that? Obviously, money, right? Easy money. But this is what I mean. So they're not looking to give everything an upgrade. Why? I don't know. Why are we getting head sculpts without the rolling eyes now in 2025? Almost, mid 2025. We shouldn't be. There's your easy money. There's your easy repaint. That's why it can't be a 2.0. So the fact that they're redoing anything like that says that they're going to be redoing Dooku. Again, that's just me. That's just me. That's why I think that way. The fact that they're redoing stuff, why wouldn't they redo figures from lines that are popular right now? So it's easy money. It's easy money. The thing is, if they decide to do artisan, right, they have to do sculpted. The problem is they're not going to do sculpted again. They can't. I mean, and this is the thing. They can't go backwards, but they are going backwards. That's the problem. They're going backwards with Cody. Why are they going backwards? So I can't tell you they're going backwards. They can't go backwards. They're clearly going backwards. So it's tricky, it's tricky. That's why I every time something like this happens, why would they do that? Why that? Why that character? Why not, update it to something better? They could have literally kept the entire Cody as is right now. Just update the head sculpt. Give us the rolling eyes. Boom, there's your 2.0. Then that's even more of a sign that they're updating, everything from Revenge of the Sith. But because they didn't update such a big deal character, it means that they may redo them again without bothering, with the Artisan. But again, Artisan is coming. Artisan is coming 100%. He mean Disco Vader. Blanket, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello!
What about Artisan Padme? So the thing is this. If you guys pay attention to figures that usually get made Artisan first are figures that have already been made in the past, right? So, for example, the very first Anakin was what? Light Side Anakin. Light Side Anakin was made, sculpted years prior, right? Now, you can say, well, we've never gotten this episode 2, before. No, we haven't. But guess what? We're getting him sculpted right now. So that's why they decided to do them at the same time as an Artisan release, right? So now the figure's made, sculpted. Now here's Artisan. So now the problem with Padme is there's only been one Padme out, which is what? Episode 2, right? You got Padme from episode 2. That is the only Padme out right now, right? So any Padme that is coming, it has to be done just like this, Artisan and sculpted at the same time. Again, can they just do a sculpted Artisan? Of course, just like they did Light Side Anakin. So if that's the case, right, it would have to be done that way. It would have to be done sculpted and Artisan at the same time, or it would have to be the Padme that we got already in all white as Artisan by itself because it was already made as a sculpted figure. So that's how that would work. Not that she can't be made. It's just that's how she has to be made because that's the only way that they make them. Also, I'm glad you brought this up. For the experts, Escape Leia. Still waiting. But obviously,
Don't worry, I'll wait.
remember that time all the experts said she's coming? I got to remind you guys every so often because it's been months and all the Deadpool stuff that I called out came true already. And we're still waiting on the experts for the Escape Leia. Or Layla, like we like to call her. So I'm telling you, Hot Toys doesn't do that. Hot Toys does not announce a figure within the announcement of another figure and shows you the entire figure in your face. Never happens, never will happen. That's why I was able to tell you that ain't happening. If it happens, it's going to be an updated head sculpt, but it's not going to be that reused one. Rolling eyes, updated body. It's going to be a whole new figure. It's not going to be that. It's not going to be what was shown. They would have never shown you that if it was coming. Just doesn't make any sense. They've never done it. Why would they do it now? So every few months, I'm going to remind you guys, where is my Escape Layla? Fabs, what about Anakin Artisan episode 2? So if you pay attention, they already teased the other version of that Anakin head sculpt, right? So they're just giving him a different outfit, reusing the head sculpt. Now, can they? Absolutely. It's just it wouldn't make sense to do it so soon. People will lose their minds, right? That we just got that Anakin. We're getting a second Anakin. and then a third one, artisan, with the same exact what? It's going to be one of the two outfits. They're not going to give us a third different outfit for, an artisan, Anakin for episode 2. How many outfits did he have? That's what I'm saying. So, it doesn't make sense. They're going to need to do it at some point, right? They're going to need to do it at some point. It can't happen right now. It can't happen right now. It's too soon, give us Jabba. 2-pack Jawas. Artisan Leia. So I can tell you this. The moment they make Artisan Leia, is going to be the buns of Leia, right? New Hope Leia. It's going to be with the buns that are going to be wool, right? Artisan buns. This is all going to be parted artisan. This is going to be artisan. That is going to be the easiest figure to make, artisan. They're going to make a killing on it. Again, when is that going to come out? Who the hell knows? But that's going to be most likely your first Leia, if we're getting another Leia ever, right? Which, again, I told you guys I doubt it. The new Leia is Padme, so I don't think so. I think Leias are done, at least for a while. As you can see, when was the last Leia we got? Years ago, for a reason. Doesn't mean that they're done with them. Doesn't mean that that they'll never make one again. I don't think so. At least for a while, because remember, now they brought out Padme. Padme, she's the new, right? So not that, A New Hope is not going to make the money. Absolutely not. That's not what I mean. But they got to focus now on the new stuff. And if they're already teasing a second episode 2 Anakin, that means why wouldn't they make another Padme? So that's where it gets tricky. Go back and give us Blade from the first correct. Well, we did have a Blade, but it was a Blade 2. Yeah, Hot Toys made a Blade 2. A Blade 1 would be nice. Where the hell's Gambit? Yeah, it is crazy how they're they're bombarding us with all the Star Wars, and the Marvel stuff is still in the back burner. It's crazy. They really got to redo the Jawas. They will. They'll figure out a way to include them in something again. You'll see. This OVG is coming home. Rob, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello!
So, yeah, guys, beautiful, beautiful figure. Again, nothing fancy, nothing exciting, nothing out of this world, but it's going to look incredible next to your artisan Anakins if you got them. Like I said, don't sleep on the fact that we are getting Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan artisan. We are getting Dooku. We are getting Qui-Gon artisan as well. And like I said, we're getting Dooku artisan at some point because it's just inevitable. It has to be made. Period. It just has to be. And then let me see. Yeah, we got our last topic, which I left for last because there's not really much to say, even though I got them already. So we got Chopper, C1, 10P, and BD1 Imperial Disguise. So this is Chopper from Ahsoka, and this is what we got from the Obi-Wan show, not the Obi-Wan show, the Book of Boba show, I believe, right? This droid from that show with the pit droids, right? He came with that set. So just another repaint. Again, this is how Hot Toys kills everybody, kills everybody's wallets, right? With these repaints that like are limited. And obviously, if you're a collector like me that needs everything limited, Rudy was trying to make fun of me because he said that if anything says limited to a certain number, then I immediately jump to it. Rudy, just because you're right doesn't mean that that's wrong, okay?
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
He tried to put me down, guys. He said, oh, yeah, that's why every time you see, limited exclusive 1,000, you have to jump. You have to jump for it. I said to him,
how dare you?
Unreal. No respect. Disrespecting me in my own group. So again, I don't even have chopper, guys. I was actually talking to Rob. I was telling Rob, I said, Rob, send me your what do you call it? Send me your chopper, because he has a chopper. He doesn't like chopper, he said. So I said, send me your chopper. I don't have chopper. So as you can see, you got the mouse droid here as well. You got a repainted chopper. Again, very sexy looking repaint. I love the repaints. I love how they're always usually, a dark side thing, or at least the dark paint on them. Remember, this is supposed to be like orange and like silverish, if I'm not mistaken. This was white and blue, some stripes of bluish. So they're appealing, right? They're appealing, but they're a killer because they're, full price. And I can guarantee you this will most likely sit for a little bit, and they'll go, let me see if they're up yet. Not up. I already ordered it. If they're gone yet. So they're still there. $235. Again, is it worth $235? Absolutely not. But I already pre-ordered mine just to be safe, because as you can see, there's 2,000. This will definitely sell out very soon. I can tell you that, just because of the number. And like I told you guys, all of these repaints will always sell out. Even if they take a day or 2 or 3 or 5, they will always sell out. They limit them for a reason. They know that it's easy money, quick money, and that's what they're always limited. And I told you that was going to be the game from day one. The moment that happened, boom, it was over. It was over. Because it's easy money. It's easy money all day, every day. And guess what? If you don't like it, somebody else does. And somebody else will. And somebody else will buy it. And guess what? That's the end of that. That's why they're waitlisted. That's why they go waitlisted, because not everything is for the people who don't like it. Obviously, somebody's going to buy it. And some will sit longer than others, but they will always sell out as long as it is limited. Obviously, if you limit something to 3,000 and it's a crappy thing, again, it may last 5 days, 7 days, a month. It'll always sell out. Period. It's that simple. That's why they do it, so they don't have to sit on crazy amounts of stock, making, 10,000 of a certain figure or 8,000 of a certain figure. Now they got the game on lock. Let's make a bunch of quick burst figures throughout the year. We don't need head sculpts. Who cares about the head sculpt? We'll give them clones all day long. Repainted clones, repainted droids, repainted, and guess what? They're making all of that money. And that's why I tell you guys, if you don't know, or you can't put yourself in their shoes as a business, you will be miserable in this hobby. Always. You will be one of the dweebs complaining about, oh my God, who asked for this? Who asked for this? It's not for you. That's why you guys need to understand why I talk about them as a company, what they do as a company. You have to think of it that way. It's business. It sucks for us as collectors, absolutely. But complaining about something that you know is always going to happen, what is that going to do for you?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
It's not going to do anything. That's why I tell you guys what I tell you, because you have to think of it that way. If you were Hot Toys and you had to develop a prototype of a figure, why would you use it only one time if you could get away with using it 2 times? It's business. If I spent $1,000 creating Chopper and I can get away with making not only, $10,000 on it, but $20,000 on it, why wouldn't I? That's the business. If I sold a standard release of Choppers, a 7,000 piece batch, which is your standard, that's going to be a TMS, because that was the Ahsoka show. So your standard TMS, again, and I'm not saying the TMSs are 8,000, because they're not. Usually an MMS, if anything, would be more than a TMS, if that. But, let's just go with the TMS for now. So they make the TMS. Your standard release for the Ahsoka show, Chopper. hey guys, why don't we limit a repaint of this and make that money? Somebody's going to buy it. And guess what? There's only 2,000 anyway, so they'll go. There's your quick money right there. Why wouldn't they do that over and over and over and over the years? And they only started doing that recently too. That was not their thing. They were not making you a figure and then repainted it to resell it to you. That was not a thing ever. But the factories, I guess, got better, got more intense. The amount of productivity got more intense. The amount of licenses got more intense. So he's making his money. You can't hate on that. So that's why I tell you guys, if you don't like something that he makes, it's not for you. Don't buy it. That's it. Don't buy it. Save your money for when he makes something that it is for you. It's that simple. It's that simple. You know, you don't have to go crazy over stuff like that. Over, oh no, look who asked for this. I want to buy something. If you're really so desperate to buy something, go buy something. Why does it have to be that? It's not that because it's not for you. So go buy something. What's the problem? Just people love to complain. They love it. I don't know why. I don't know how. But like I said, guys, so like I said, remember this conversation? Anakin sculpted. Again, shout out to Luch because he kept mentioning it and he said it on stream over and over and over. But what he got wrong was May the 4th, weekend. And he obviously was wrong as usual because that's what happens when you don't collect. You're wrong all the time. But the idea is that they're coming. So he is, I agree with him 1,000%. Again, only because of the fact that they left that gap there. It's not like they can't make the figure from there, right? It's not like they can't do it. It's not like they can't get the license. It has nothing to do with that. They're milking Anakin is what's happening right now. Crazy. Lou says, do you think that's why they don't do a Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman? Because that's the only figure they would use a head sculpt on. Same. Not necessarily, because they've made, figures that they've never reused ever again. For example, look at Moff Gideon, right? They the first one 1.0 was not a reuse, right? Look at Cobb Vanth. Cobb Vanth, one use only. So I could give you a whole bunch more. It's not that. It's not that. There's got to be something deeper than that. They don't want to bother again for whatever reason. It could be licensing, right? Because remember that DC is not Disney, so it could be a different world. And remember the movies from back then. So I don't know how that stuff works, but it's got to be something with licensing 100%. And then I heard that apparently she didn't like giving her likeness, and now the reason why Jazzing got it was because apparently she's giving it now, or I think Yo said they're buddies, and I think he texted her and she said, hey, can I get your likeness? She said, sure, Yo's make the Catwoman. So again, I don't know how that works, but she, the fact that Hot Toys doesn't have it says a lot. The fact that they haven't gotten into it, because we see what they get into. It's not like they can't get into it. It's not like they don't want to get into it. It's not like they, they're not good enough to get into it, right? They make a Penguin figure out of this world. They'll make a Catwoman better than anybody in this community. So it has to be deeper than that. It has to be deeper than that. It can't be, the figure is difficult to make. We know that Hot Toys could do whatever they want, whenever they want. So it has nothing to do with that. So it's very interesting that they have it. Oh my God. He might use the wrong clothes, get the dates wrong, but Lucio's right. Exactly. That's why I will always give him the props, because from day one I was like, there's no way, no sculpted, because again, as you can see, there's no sculpted in sight. But thinking about the gap again, and the reason why I was saying that, I didn't realize that in the moment that the Dark Side Anakin was from Ahsoka. I just assumed, like everybody else, that it was from Revenge of the Sith. Because why would we think that him being in that Ahsoka show for that second, that was going to get a figure. Never. That's why everybody assumed, oh my God, Revenge of the Sith. When everybody saw, Star Wars, SWA, Star Wars Ahsoka, that's when people started realizing, oh, wow. And then that's when I said, wait a minute. We got 2 sculpted from Revenge of the Sith. Now we only have 1 artisan. We need the second artisan. And it's going to come sculpted, artisan, and like I said, possibility of a double head sculpt for the sculpted version. You heard it here first. Like I said, they wouldn't give us, I wouldn't mind the eyes, like I mentioned earlier, but they don't want people messing with the eyes. They don't want people, possibly ruining them, messing them up, breaking them, right? Not only that, but now you're messing with a head sculpt, with the hair. You make, that's why I can guarantee you they don't want to give people that. They don't want to give people eyes for no reason. They'll rather give you a second head sculpt than give you, just a pair of eyeballs. Not only that, but it looks very cheap as a company to just give you, here you go, here's a pair of eyeballs. If there were a pair of eyeballs for replacement, awesome. Right? Like they give us pegs. Awesome. But they're not going to give you just a pair of eyes. Just here, just swap them whatever you want. That looks cheap. Like I said, that doesn't look good. Even if because one thing they could do is, package them real nicely and you're like, oh, look how cool. Again, I don't know if they could get away with that. Some people don't like messing with their stuff. Some people don't, they'll be afraid of pulling the eyes out, damaging something. It is very simple. It is very, very simple, but I know that people worry, people get scared, and people will ruin it 100%. And then guess what will happen? Email Sideshow immediately. Hey, my figure came broken. Can somebody help me? Meanwhile, they broke it themselves because they didn't know what they were doing. So to avoid that, Hot Toys is not giving anybody eyeballs at all. Can guarantee you that. What about the Table of Vader? Unbelievable. No, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. That's why I pulled off the chopper. We're not. As I said, guys, strap it on. Strap it on. Correction. No. It's all the time. Stop it. Okay. Stop trying to make pretend that it's only sometimes. It's all the time. Always and forever. Okay. So we're going to get into the new. So this is what I wanted to get into, guys, because here we go. Where is it? Oh, here. All right. So, like I said, and thank you, Uncarded, for that. So, thank you. So, I didn't forget, but I just was in the conversation. So, as you can see, guys, we got the new Darth Vader. It says Darth Vader Deluxe, right? As of right now, I'm assuming, because I haven't seen the branding of it, I'm assuming this is going to be Revenge of the Sith. Okay? So, brand new diorama table, right? All of this is all new. This is like your standard, like your Iron Man stuff, right? So you get all these arms, right, to hold the stuff. Here he is laying down, right? As you can see, they're about to put the stuff on him, or they're putting it on. This thing looks like it's going to be massive, guys. This whole table is going to be humongous. You guys know already how big and bulky Darth Vader's are. So only picture and imagine how big this table is. Look how it's already bigger than him. Okay. And look how much it extends out. You got the droid up here. You got the second droid up here. And look how wide and big and round the base is. So it is a big, bulky piece. Now, something I want to point out real quickly. And I literally just mentioned this. So we know that Hot Toys constantly reuses stuff, right? One thing that to me was a slap in the face was we just got this Darth Vader. Okay. Remember, this is the battle damage Darth Vader there's like 4 SKUs for it. There's regular, special edition, deluxe special edition. So this was a figure that came out of left field. It's called a Darth Vader Battle Damage Deluxe. Like I said, there's 4 SKUs, but it is from nowhere. It just says Star Wars, right? The point of me bringing this up is this. The head sculpt, as you can see, right? This looks like it could be the exact same head sculpt as this. As you can see, 2 different colors, right? 2 different paint applications, 2 different looks, right? 2 different types of damage. As you can see, look at this scratch here. He doesn't have that there. He has a complete gash over here, right? Let's see if I could get a closer. No, of course not. There's no closer shot. So again, look how much more burnt. Look at the paint application. Look how different it looks all together. Okay. The reason why I'm bringing this up is remember what happened with there was a figure that they announced that was supposed to look a certain way. And when it came out, it was exactly like another one. What figure was it? I can't think of the figure. It was supposed to be a specific figure. And when the head sculpt came out, it looked exactly like another one. And everybody lost their mind because they literally reused the head sculpt that they weren't supposed to reuse. And I can't remember which figure it was. If somebody can help me. Oh my God, it's killing me. So the whole point of me bringing this up is, as you can see, like I said, they look completely different. The 2 head sculpts right now. Night and day, right? Night and day. 2 completely different lines, 2 completely different figures altogether, right? The reason why I'm pointing this out is because, like I said, they look very different right now. They're most likely going to reuse the same head sculpt twice and repaint it twice. They're not supposed to be the same head sculpt at all, as you can see. He has a wound here, right? But it's not that gash and it's not painted that way. See how dark he is because he's burnt? See how light he is, right? So I think to save money, again, I hope not, but it's not unthinkable if they do it. I think what's going to happen is they're going to use one of those 2. They're not going to do both. They're going to use one of those 2. Obviously, they both have to be painted completely different, but I have a feeling that they're going to use just one, and they're going to give us, because remember, they both have rolling eyes. So there's no need for them to really recreate a new one when all they have to do is literally just paint it. So that's why I wanted to bring this up, because do not be upset if it happens. Do not be shocked if it happens. It has happened before. I just can't remember which figure it happened with. Time travel, Tony from Endgame and Mark 50. No, because that was the Tony Stank issue. Remember? The Tony Stank was the Mark 50? No, the Mark 80. Mark 85 was Tony Stank. The Mark 85 was Tony Stank, but that head sculpt was supposed to be the one you mentioned, the team suit Tony Stark, right? That's the head sculpt that we were supposed to get with Tony Stank, but we didn't. We got a different one. But no, that's not the figure. There was a figure that it was supposed to look different, and then when we got it, it was literally the exact same thing, and we're like, what the hell? Oh, man, I can't think of it. But anyway, so like I said, do not be upset if it happens. It's going to look different. They're going to look, the paint application on them, it's going to make them look different. But don't be surprised or shocked if it's the same head sculpt, just repainted, because it could be 100%. Obviously, it is not ideal, Because if you see the battle damaging out here, right, all the burning and stuff is not here, right? As you can see, his ear is perfectly fine here. Here they're not. They're all burnt and charcoaled and charred. Not charcoaled, charred. So that's what I'm saying. Anything is possible when it comes to Hot Toys, especially when they're doing the same exact figure a bunch of times, reusing the same, using a head sculpt for that same character. Why wouldn't they reuse it? We just talked about business. Again, it wouldn't be ideal for the product at all. But don't be shocked if they just reuse the same thing and just repaint it, because it is a possibility. Battle Damage Vader is like a rare steak. Yeah, it's pale. Yep. Table Vader was sunbathing on lava. That's why he looks so dark and stuff. Clone Wars Kenobi and Mandalorian armor Kenobi. No, but they didn't tease them that they were going to be different. We knew that they were going to be, the same. Oh man, what is the figure? Man, I can't think of the figure. But this just recently happened too. We were like, oh my God, this is the exact same thing. They reused the exact same head sculpt. What the hell was it? Oh man, I can't remember. Guys. But I'm telling you, it happened already. It happened. So again, the whole point is do not be upset. Do not be upset. Do not be upset if it happens, because there's a chance it will happen. There's a chance that it most likely will happen. It is not, like I said, unfathomable for it to happen. So don't be upset. Don't be upset. Could it have been a Bale Batman? No. Because that was a new head sculpt. See, I was going to say Imposter Joker and Purple Coat Joker, but even that is different. Oh, man, what the hell was it? Anyway, I'll think of it, and I'll tell you guys on Saturday. But who pre-ordered everything already? Please let me know. I pre-ordered the Chopper repaint. I pre-ordered Commander Cody, and I pre-ordered the what do you call it? The Airborne. So I got those 3 on lock, thank God. And so we got to wait for Friday for the Darth Vader. And not Darth Vader, for the Obi-Wan, and most likely Darth Vader too, right? The fact that he's not up yet for whatever reason. Let me see if he's up, which I don't think. Yeah, they show you every single Darth Vader that's up for pre-order, but not that one. So, yeah, so don't sleep on it, guys. Hopefully Friday, like I said, most likely Friday. Terminator, it was the Terminator head sculpt. Which one? Which one, Uncarded? Airborne and Chopper. Yeah, you got them. I order Cody 2.0 and Airborne. Yeah, see, you have to, man. You have to get that. He said 2.0. Unbelievable. See, guys, he started the trend. So if you guys see 2.0 out there, that Commander Cody's a 2.0, this is where it started. This is where the rumor started, okay? Right here, this guy. Vader announcement Monday, probably. No, it should be Friday. I don't know if it's going to be a limited thing. It could be, right? It could be, but I don't think so. As of yet, they haven't limited any dioramas, right? Any pieces with dioramas. So I don't think so. It looks like it's only going to be one SKU, at least as of now, right? You're not going to have your regular Darth Vader, battle damage and then deluxe. You could, right? You could. I don't see why not. It's not unfathomable. It's not unthinkable. It's not something that it's impossible for it to happen. But I think the appeal is that if you're getting that Vader is to get it with the table. So it could be, you know, a multiple SKU thing. It could be a you know, a standard and a deluxe, right? It doesn't seem like we're going to get anything special edition. Nothing was teased. So that's a good sign, right? That's a good sign that we may not get as many SKUs. It wouldn't make sense to get as many SKUs when I just literally pulled up the battle damage version that has 4 SKUs, right? So why would they want another battle damage Vader with 4 SKUs? It wouldn't make sense. But again, it's their company. They do whatever the hell they want and whatever makes sense to them. They reused the DX13. Oh, is that what they did? No, but that's not what I'm thinking about. It'll come to me, and I'll tell you guys what figure it was. Ernesto ordered airborne only. Okay, with OG Cody. Michael says, I also heard Nice Pool was canceled. What's up with that? Where could that have started? That's not canceled. It is not canceled. And I know who started that. And the reason why they said it was because of the lawsuit that was going on, but they're not canceling that figure at all. It doesn't even make sense for them to cancel that figure. Just people try to create hype and drama and lies about nothing that makes no sense. So that's why they say the things that they say. So yeah, guys, like I said, it's gonna get crazy with the Star Wars. Like, you guys don't know that already. We've been getting killed. And also pay attention to these releases that happen after May the 4th, because remember that every year May the 4th falls on a different day. Or this year was a weekend. I think last year wasn't a weekend. I think it was like the middle of the week. So I think it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that last year. So that's the thing. So not everything's gonna fall on the same day or the same time of the week. So things change, things vary. And so, obviously I know Sean is keeping track of all of this stuff because he always keeps track of it. So Sean, one thing you should keep track of is, the announcements not only for May the 4th, but within the entire month of May, or at least the first 2 to 3 weeks in May every year, because that'll give you, a bunch of data regarding how many figures they're increasing in May every year, right? They started with, barely any. Now they got all these, right? For not so much for that week, but for the entire month, so that'll be interesting for your own knowledge. So guys, it is, like I said, it's Wednesday. We'll be back probably Saturday. If we get some more action, then I'll be back whenever that is. So as always, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next.